Hey YouTube, I'm the Tall Nerd, welcome back once again, and first things first. I said that I was going to upload a reaction to RWBY Volume 5 Episode 1 on Saturday, and I didn't. And I want to explain why very quickly. Really all it comes down to is that I had the video filmed, thought I was all ready, and then it turns out there were some problems with the video. Problems that prevented me from being able to upload it. And that really bummed me out. I thought about re-recording it, but that just didn't feel right. So I didn't upload it, and there's nothing I can really do about it except just move on, and maybe I'll do another reaction video later. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But for now, I'm just going to keep moving forward because there is always something new and exciting and cool to talk about when it comes to nerdy stuff, which is what I'm here to talk about anyway. So let's get going. I want to talk about something that happened over the weekend that the hype backlash is real. Every time you hype something up, there's always going to be somebody who says that it didn't live up to the hype. But this is on a whole new level. Because the giant robot fight finally happened between Tsudabashi's Kuratas and Megabots. And as soon as it came out, the internet was just on fire with people being pissed off. Saying, oh my gosh, it was just so obviously scripted. You could see the editing. They were just so slow and it was boring. And admittedly, it has come out that yes, the fight was scripted. It was filmed over multiple days. They had to do a lot of editing to cut out troubleshooting and things breaking, things going wrong. But for me, I'm not actually disappointed by the fight. Honestly, I'm being completely sincere here. I wasn't disappointed. And let me explain why. First of all, if you are disappointed, I don't hold it against you. I totally understand. I mean, there was so much hype around this fight, and on top of that, there's just so many people who want this to happen so badly. Seeing giant robots fighting each other is a dream come true. So there were so many people who wanted to see it. But our only point of reference is, Mech Warrior or Gundam, where robots are doing things that are quite frankly just impossible, at least with the technology that we have available to us right now. So compared to those, yeah, it's really boring and slow and not very impressive. And even keeping that in mind, it can be a bit of a letdown. But I want to just give a different perspective. See, I've had a little bit of experience working with robots. Nothing even remotely close to what they did with these things. These were very small robots, very simple, relatively. But I still learned a lot about how robots work, and more importantly, just how incredibly difficult it is to get a robot that works and works consistently. Any little thing can make a robot go completely haywire. And not just big things, like just changes in your ambient conditions can screw everything over. You can have a robot that's working great one day, you leave it alone, you don't touch anything on it, and then the next day it just doesn't work at all. For no good reason, honestly. So the fact that this fight happened in any way, shape, or form makes me happy. So just sort of having that different perspective, being able to peek behind the curtain a little bit from my own life experiences, taught me a lot. And so I was just so impressed with what these robots were capable of doing that I really wasn't all that let down by what they weren't capable of doing. And there's one other reason why I'm not let down by this fight. Because these are the first giant fighting robots ever. Criticizing them for being slow and clunky and finicky and not working all the time, or only working in a very, specific, well set up arena and well set up situation. It's understandable to be mad, but at the same time, you could say the same thing about the Wright Flyer, the first airplane. It was slow and clunky and just barely worked. And I'm sure that in its time it was still impressive, but, whee, that's it. And that's kind of how I see these robots. They're big and they're loud and they're slow, but it's just the starting point. We're just now getting started. This is the first giant robot fight. So yeah, it didn't work all that well, but there's nowhere to go but up. If people honestly continue to pursue giant fighting robots, they're only going to get better. And that's awesome. So I'm not let down by the fight just because instead of focusing on what it wasn't, I'm just opening myself up to what it could mean. To the possibility that this fight leads to other people devoting time and effort and energy into making bigger and better fighting robots, faster fighting robots. And that hope is really the thing that sustained me through that fight. Through watching it and saying, wow, you know what? We can do more with fighting robots than I ever expected. So maybe one day soon we can get the fights that we're all dreaming of. So those are my thoughts about the giant robot fight. Please let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Did I change your mind at all? Did you think it was boring? Or do you kind of agree with me that seeing the technical limitations is just a good reason to keep going and to prove that, well, yeah, but we can do better than that? Let me know in the comments, and if you haven't seen it, I will leave a link to it in the description. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and until next time, please have a great day.